You want another video game? How about one about digging around in caves? Bruderbund presents Spelunker. Yes, another Bruderbund Tam-Tex combination for you. I believe this was Bruderbund Tam-Tex. Yes, it was. With a little bit of Tosei on the side, apparently. You got an IREM copyright down there? Don't know why. I don't think they were involved. Anyway. We've immediately died. Ah, yeah, okay, you do in fact have to jump. So, there you go. That's what Spelunker's all about. You've seen the game. Ah, great! We can't even jump off a rope without taking fall damage. Okay, well... we're gonna have a big problem. That's an awfully long game over screen, too. Okay. Okay. I get ya. This dude has true brittle bones disease. And he will most certainly die if he lands, like, 3 feet. Had to jump onto the rope, you know? Silly me. And antheils really bop you around, too. Okay, if you've ever wanted to play a game that is obnoxious with how it deals transferring from platform to platform and from height to height, this is the game. Oh my god. Okay, we're not 2 minutes in and that's game over number 2. Strictly thanks to the absolutely absurd you know, and damage model that this game presents. We might have to play this a little more wise, you know? We gotta play the game as if we were an old man. Except this old man can jump. Not very well, but he can. Yep, there you go, just... take it easy there, old man. Hey, I'm amazed we didn't die. Will this kill us? Wow, that didn't kill us. Consider me amazed. Okay. Okay. That's how we drop a bomb. We died due to our own bomb, and then we fell down a pit. Okay. I getcha. Now, immediately, barring the insane method of how easy it is to die, I am actually noticing that this game could have very well influenced the indie smash hit Spelunky. Spelunky is probably a much better game than this, but we were able to kind of throw a rope or something up. We can drop bombs, you know, we're picking up gold. We're a little more fragile than you would be in Spelunky, as you may well imagine. Alright, it's okay. Just survive this. Alright, now we're fine. What's this? Okay, I thought that was gonna be something that would kill us, but it wasn't. Excuse me? It looked like I was on the rope for a second. It's incredibly finicky. It's incredibly precise in the worst way. Good lord. Okay, thanks for the blue key. Now I know where to find the blue key. Now I just have to make it out of this hellhole without dying. Much easier said than done. Because death comes for us all. You know, maybe I just gotta get used to it. Not even 5 minutes. And that's another game over already. Okay. So maybe the trick is to just slow it down, you know? I think I said that last time, but that clearly didn't stop me. Well, it did stop me a little. I got further. You wanna go? Like, this game wants to start a fight, that's an easy way to start a fight right there. This kid is, this game is the overly, like, literal kid, where if you say one thing, like, slightly exaggerated, or maybe just, like, ever so slightly factually off, you'd be like, well, actually, technically, the answer is this, and you're dumb. Okay, I kind of thought that the steam would kill me too, but, you know, I had to try. I had to check it out. I turned down the game volume a little bit, so you get more of my beautiful voice saying all the important words. Speaking of important words, I finished Ghost of Tsushima. Probably over 50 hours later, and it's done. It's a very, very good game. Moving on to replaying Halo 1, because it's been a hot minute since I played that. Obviously, Halo 1 will take me much less time to beat. Halo 1, I'm pretty sure you could beat in a day if you're doing absolutely nothing else that day. And I did take a week off from work starting in a couple weeks. I think I got two more full weeks of work that I gotta go through, and then, oh baby, a whole lot of nothing. Plus we get Labor Day off. How exciting! You know, I'm just always jazzed when I can talk about having more time to play video games and less time spent doing my job. Some people like to talk about their work. Me, when people start bringing up work, I try to change the subject as fast as possible. I'm like, bruh, no. I already gotta think about that while I'm doing it. Okay, I have a feeling that falling in that little hole will definitely kill you. How do I figure? Well, look at what we've seen so far in this game. Okay, just some ominous silence. See, it's a shame that, oh, what? Oh, this is so Spelunky. What? He still got me? Like in Spelunky, that same thing happens. A ghost gets you if you're taking too long in a level. Oh, come on! You have to jump onto platforms. If you try to just walk onto another platform, you're screwed. But otherwise, I think, yeah, this game has to have been the majority of the influence for Spelunky. And yes, Spelunky is definitely better. But no sense beating a dead horse. We may as well enjoy our precious time that we do have with Spelunker. Perhaps we'll be able to find some silver linings regarding it. Wait for the steam. Yeah. Don't risk dying to some steam, you know. Make anybody feel like a chump. It's funny, in my playing of Halo, I just started, just beat the Pillar of Autumn, and then my food came to my door. But of all the things that I can be reminded of, I'm reminded of like church youth groups, and there will be a lot of people who can not relate to that at all. But for some reason, back when Halo 1 and 2 were big, and I guess maybe even 3, but 1 and 2 especially, for some reason Halo was like the game of choice for church youth groups. I assume because most of the blood was like colorful purple and you were shooting aliens. Although, let's be real, in the multiplayer you're not. Yeah, okay. Just gotta trick it. No, you can't. I hate that. I hate that you cannot just step onto that. Like, look at that. That's like what? Like 2 pixels difference? No, you have. Any of you who would laugh at what is happening, download this game for yourself. Find it somewhere. and give it a try, you will find that it is in fact absurd. Like, I can't think of many other games, even though we just played Sky Kid where this happened, where we die within like 10 seconds. At least, you know, with Sky Kid, that was just kind of one-off. I realized, oh wait, there's this one basic thing that I have to do. With Spelunker, oof. You really are just kind of at the mercy of, well, mercy of nothing really. There is no mercy here. Yeah, that's right. We'll speedrun that. I was trying to jump off the side, and instead he just walked off the side. Great. Great stuff. It's a shame because I can see beneath the absolutely anal fall damage system, there could be a really, really good game hiding beneath this. Oh, we should have waited. We got greedy and we started back down here again. Are you kidding me? And when I say I gotta slow down, that's a perfect example of why you have to slow down sometimes. We lived and then we died. You got me, man. Wish the game over screen were a little bit shorter. It's like, it just forces you to wallow in your inadequacies just a little more. At least you figured out how to, you know, jump off that rope. Okay, I don't trust just walking off on any platform anymore. This is the game that takes your trust and throws it on the ground. Actually, I think this is more of a game that never bothered to try to earn your trust anyway. This is the game that's just shady right out of the box. I mean, with a name like Spelunker, you had to figure it would have been. And yeah, I could probably not get so many of the pickups and whatnot when I die, but you kind of need them. Like, if I didn't pick up the bomb on the first floor, either of the bombs, I'd be in dire straits later on. And you know, it's fun getting points. I've made that thesis before. Yeah, you do die there. Ugh. I figured you would have. That's less of a big premonition and more of, you know, a realization of what I kind of had a hunch of the whole time. So then you ask, how do you deal with Ghosty Man here? Oh, we actually got him. You just have to get him on the same general horizontal plane as you, and then you're good to go. Easier said than done, because this game makes everything the most uphill battle that it can. Like that! You want to climb a rope? Alright, drop and give me 20. I'd rather not get pooped on by a bat today, thank you. I mean, come on, what else is that? What else could that possibly be other than bat feces? And, like, how do you avoid it? How do you avoid it, I ask? I don't know. All you guys had to do was just not give your boy here brittle bone disease. And this could have been a great... Maybe not a great, but, you know... Could have been a solid, like, Load Runner tier. And Load Runner was a very, very, very good game. Yeah, 3 berries. I don't know why I hesitate to call it great, because I really did have a fun time with it. Just because, you know, its premise is still pretty simple on the surface. And you'd say, oh, a game doesn't have to be complex to be great, and you'd say, look at Tetris, and I'd say, fair point. That's how the conversation would go if we were to actually have it. But instead, I'm just going to sit here and make my own wild claims that are completely unsubstantiated by any sort of evidence or peer review. Why? Because I'm an influencer. Mm-hmm. But you didn't see that swerve coming. The me being an influencer swerve, not the me dying en route to a rope swerve. It's a game that just seems really, really determined to make an enemy out of everyone who plays it. Like, I'm sure you've met people like that, where, like, on the surface, they could be like, you think, oh, this should by all means be a very likable person. They've got a lot of really positive traits, they're funny, but then they're just, like, also really rude, and they give you no reason to like them. That is this game. It's, on the surface, it's charming. It has some admirable traits, but the more you get to know it, the more you realize that it's just using you for your money. Joke's on anyone using me for my money. I don't have enough to make it worth it. Okay. Ah! I tried to edge closer, which was really my own fault. You know, that was greed. Greed that really didn't have to be put out on the table. Will we see it past level 1? Oh, yeah, we will. I know. Oh, famous last words. He says he's gonna. Now watch him not do it. Bro, I got this. I'm gonna get it this run. Watch this. No deaths. Place the bomb. Wait for the steam. Now, a few people know this, but not only did this game influence Spelunky, it's also a wide valve called Steam. That one's a joke, don't worry. Don't concern yourself with the ramblings of a madman. You wait for the steam. Yeah. Don't get too overzealous about jumping the geyser when it's not yet your time. Go, and then you just progress and keep it that simple. And then, oh no, a ghost has appeared to ruin your day. What do? Well, you see, this is what we do. We coax it onto this side, and then we make a mad dash for the side. We died! I told you all that this would be a deathless run of level 1, and I failed you. Really, you should have seen it coming. It's on you for having unreasonable expectations of me. That one you can probably just walk right off, but, you know, I don't trust it. No! It's like one block difference. Okay, we did at least murder the bat. And the bat is back. And then you can't make it past its shit! Ah! Maybe it's not worth going there. Maybe it's not worth picking up the little sundries that the bat is guarding with its life. Maybe we'll just go for just keys. I say that, but I can't resist, you know? You put a neat-looking little bauble in front of me. And it's not like I'm gonna tell you no. I say, hey kid, want this candy wrapper? I'd say, not necessarily. And they'll say, I'll give you 5 points for it. And I'll say, you son of a bitch, I'm in. Early death there, don't worry, that's to lull the game itself into a false sense of security. We actually recovered from that, and I am amazed. I didn't see any world where I got out of that alive, but, you know, I guess I need to open my eyes. Do we need to pick that up? No. Need to pick up that gold? No. What does that give you? I don't know, quite frankly. It looked like it added to my whatever they are. Well, they're things that let you shoot an arrow up into the air, but I have no idea what they're supposed to be representing visually. Oh, there we go. Made it out of there again. Yes. Look at this golden god just spelunking for his life. He needs to find treasures in which to sell to the local I almost said pin lord. The local kingpin in which to save his granny's life. Because she is on her deathbed. All his friends are saying, dude, your grandma's like 98 years old. It's probably just her time. And he's like, no, no, no. This calls for an adventure. Okay, there we go. It's a ghost gone. You just transfer right onto that one. And this is where you say, hey, Paul, remember when you said you weren't going to go for the bat? And I'll say, I am actually not sure what you're talking about. Not sure there was ever a point in my life where I said I wasn't going to go for the bat. No, suckers. Look at that. That's how you do it. That's how you get yourself out of a pinch. You know what you do there? It's quite simple. You return to your friendly elevator. Don't die on the way into it. You don't want that to happen. Get yourself a little coin. And now, it's a minecart level. You knew there was going to be a minecart level, especially in a game about caves. You say, oh, it's still the same level. It's still like level 1. Yeah, but it's a different, you know, level in terms of vertical altitude. What do you think about that? Understand, you may have the urge to resort to violence for that absurd little thing that I've said, but... Are you kidding me? The screen scroll! I blame the screen scroll for that. That was so scuffed. Not mad, just disappointed. Okay, yeah, you gotta scroll and then move. I could have made it through all that way faster, by the way, but it, not worth the risk, says I. I was gonna say, please, nothing show up to eliminate me. Okay, we weren't too close. We're fine there. Blue door is open. Blue door number 1. Oh. Do you see what I see? No! No! Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I can, but I don't want to believe it. You can tell that Bruderbund, they were proud of themselves for this one too. Look at that. I'm gonna gall to put their name on it before even the title. Which I guess, you know, that's pretty standard nowadays. You look at things like Super Mario Brothers. You got the huge, gaudy Super Mario Brothers logo, and then in fine print below it, copyright Nintendo. It's like, oh, thanks. You guys are humble. Appreciate that about you. Okay, I think I've felt out this level enough to where I should be able to beat it this time. One would think. Wow, I'm gonna tell you, I saw myself bounce off and I thought it's the end. Why did you grab onto the rope? I didn't press up. Those are just the things that upset you. You apparently automatically grab onto them no matter what. TIL. DAE, hate when you're trying to cross a chasm, but you accidentally grab a rope and snap your ankles. Yeah, look at that turbo jumping. That's a good way to make sure you lose at the game. I'll put this in the win column for it. At least you can kill the ghosts. If you couldn't, I would have called the people who made this game absolutely insane. As it is, I'm already pretty close to coming to that conclusion. Yeah. We know how to deal with this guy. We've had to deal with him before. Skin of our teeth. But we did make it. We see a nice ×1 up there. We have 1 life left. That's what that means. Which means 1 attempt after this one. Getting past the bat that way is no problem, but you pretty much gotta shoot a magic arrow up into the sky on the way back. And look at that. That actually has a pretty good radius to it. Alright, so at least you're not the only one who is fragile. I mean, bats, something even gets near them, and they're done. No! So that was just me blatantly not paying attention. Are you kidding me? You bring me all the way back here? So each key, or no, I didn't get a key down here. Each thing you pick up is a checkpoint. Tiny bit upset. Just enough to cry a little. Okay, don't let the steam go down on you. Little dangerous going for that coin, but hey, we came here for riches to save our Granny Gertrude. We're not leaving until we're the wealthiest man on the planet. We'll pay for Granny Gertrude's hospital fees, or hospital bills rather, and then we'll save the rest for ourselves and become evil villains. Because you can't be wealthy and be good. Batman is propaganda. They're like, well, yeah, see, look at Batman. He uses his wealth for a good cause. It's like, yeah, great. Batman's a fake person. Batman doesn't exist in the real world. If he did, he'd probably just use his bat suit to make some DIY adult home videos, you know? Oh, great, thank you. We get to just go down and do more cave. Is this technically level 2 then? Or is this still the same godforsaken level? Oh my god. Well. Got another one up on me. Hope you feel good about yourself, game. It does. The game feels amazing about itself, honestly. There's no world where this game feels any kind of remorse for ruining you. Every individual piece of code is laughing as you kill. That was risky. Oh, I'm still alive for just a tiny bit longer. Look at that nice gold pouch. Pouch of gold. How did I die from that? That should have been perfectly fine. Still have not beaten the game's internal high score, but it's an uphill battle, you know? It's an exceptionally uphill battle in the event of Spelunker, you know? Just look at this screen. It knows what it's doing. Yep. No continue function. It's like, good job, sport! Start from the beginning! Just like every other NES game out there, if you know what I'm saying. So, you know, that's where it, again, loses some of that Lode Runner charm. Lode Runner's all like, hey man, it's alright dude, take your time, pal, come on. You can try whatever level you want, whenever you want. I'm not gonna stop you. Like, Lode Runner, you're such a good friend. And Spelunker is like, did you drink one of Mountain Dews? Did I say you could have a Mountain Dew? And you're like, dude, you said the fridge was over there. He said, yeah, I told you where the fridge was. Doesn't mean you can just drink my Mountain Dew. That's what Spelunker's like. cut Spelunker out of your life. You know? I'm exaggerating. There is still quite a bit of good within this game. Some swell little level design here and there. Remarkably smooth gameplay when you're not just spending it all dying. Like, I don't feel like it's chunky or anything. I feel pretty in control. It's just, you know, the fundamentals are so baffling. Get wrecked, Ghost. That's all I can say anymore is, you know, get wrecked. Like, ooh, wow, I sure showed him. There was no getting out of that one. No! Have mercy. And like, if the ghost is coming at you in a weird way and he's looking at you funny, there's no way to avoid it. You're just like, well, this is how I die now, because you can't go anywhere fast. You're completely at the mercy of, nothing. Again, there's no mercy in this game. I almost just walked right off that and then realized, oh wait, I would die. You don't even get to hit the ground before you die. Like, look at that. You die of a heart attack the second that you slip. Like, if this dude were to change a light bulb and he was standing on his stool, if he felt his foot slightly, like, slip, he would just immediately keel over and die right there out of fear. Just saying. He is not the most physically capable protagonist that we've seen on the NES. And yet, dang it if this game don't have its charms. I'm not gonna, you know, make the appalling claim that this is some kind of unbeatable game or anything like that. No, there's no such thing. Unless a game is literally broken beyond the point of being able to beat it on a purely technical level. We died. I thought we were fine. We're fine, I guess. Alright, you know, whatever. Like, some of the games in Action 52. Come on! You literally cannot beat them. Because, well, some of them just don't start, for one. And the ones that do start, sometimes they just stop working once you beat a set amount of levels. See? Now this is pod racing. What's that? What's pod racing? Oh, you know. Finest sport ever conceived from one of the finest sci-fi films of our time. That's right. Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. People like to talk about The Phantom Menace as if it's like the worst movie ever. It's not even the worst Star Wars movie. Let's be real. Yeah. Is it great seeing Darth Vader say yippee? No, I could have probably done without it. Is Jar Jar a bad character? Yes. Does the plot make sense? Not really. Is the concept of midichlorians dumb? Yes. That said, oh boy. If you were around when The Phantom Menace came out, what an event. I was very young when it came out. I was, you know, maybe like 7 years old. But I remember it. I can't remember if my parents took me to see it in theaters or not, but I can certainly remember the sheer amount of media surrounding it. And obviously I had watched it many times as a child too, you know. Say what you want about Jar Jar. Kids for some reason find him hilarious, which is probably the entire point of the character. Thanks, Lucas. But no, the video games that came out at the time, they weren't all good. Obviously, the official Phantom Menace video game considered to be a pretty weak weak entry into the Star Wars canon. But Jedi Power Battles wasn't a bad game. At least I don't remember it being bad. Maybe it's bad and I'm remembering it wrong. That's very possible. Star Wars Pod Racer was a great game. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, the Age of Empires reskin. That game was quite good. Empire at War, quite good. I'm just saying. Although Empire at War may have come out after Clone Wars was done. Even then, I think it was based on the original plot points. You get what I'm saying, though. This is not just a statement meant for the Phantom Menace either. I will always maintain that Star Wars is a much better toy franchise than it is a movie franchise. Star Wars toys are undeniably excellent. Star Wars video games are generally of very high quality as well. Again, I said generally before you start talking about the one Star Wars game that isn't very good. Oh, what about Yoda's stories for the Game Boy Color? That game wasn't good. You're gonna try to call that game? No. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself, voice in my head. You're specifically cherry-picking the worst possible example. Everything's gonna have bad examples. How about we focus on the good stuff here? Super Star Wars? Brutally difficult, but well made. Still very fun if you can get past how insanely hard it is. Got Shadows of the Empire for the N64. That was always a classic. Played that at one of my friend's house. At one of my friend's house? One of my friend's houses quite often. What was I gonna do? You tell me. And now we're back here. The ghosts. What brings them on? It doesn't matter, because even if I know what causes them, I'm not gonna avoid them. And obviously, don't even gotta mention Star Wars Battlefront 2. Yeah, don't worry, the old one for the PS2, not the bad loot box one, which although, if you still think that Battlefront 2, the newer one, is synonymous with loot boxes, I have to say you probably have not paid any attention to it. I think they removed, like, all mention of loot boxes anywhere. Start the game, you've got everything. At least last time I played it, that's what it was like. So even that game is pretty good now. If you're into kind of non-stop multiplayer shooters, which a lot of people are, you know? I've been coming more to the understanding, I've been becoming more accepting and understanding of the fact that I, being a variety kind of gamer, where I enjoy just a wide berth of things and don't stick with one thing for too very long, I'm becoming more of an exception than a rule. And maybe I was always an exception, but I'm not sure. Like, you look at so many people now, a lot of people have their game, and that's what they play. Like, someone might play, like, Fortnite every day, and that's just what they play. Somebody will play League of Legends every day, and that's their thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not shaming someone for being like, oh, these weirdos playing one game, they should enjoy video games how I enjoy them. No, that's not what I'm getting at all. And I pray that that's not what you got from me saying things like that. Words. But yeah, I used to be way more into multiplayer shooters and stuff until, you know, I just kept coming to the conclusion that, like, you're just kind of stuck playing them, right? You could say, oh, well, just stop playing it when you're not having fun anymore, Forehead, and it's like, yeah, but you can still have fun with it for a long time, but want to play something else? And I don't know. Maybe I just have a bad time managing my time. That's the most likely outcome here. The most likely argument that one could make is that I'm just bad at time management. That's probably the case. But I've recognized that I am bad at time management, and as such, I work around it by clearing my backlog with single-player games that have an ending instead of playing kind of endless shooters. And again, if you enjoy endless shooters or games as a service, that is perfectly within your right. I'm not going to shame you for it. Never, never. I've been there. I've been down that path. I was so worried that bridge was going to just collapse out from under me. No, that was too high! I think that I did get an extra life at 50,000 though, so I get, you know, one more lease on life. Yeah, you just crawl up there as high as you can. How about right here? Did the spark showing it was dead just hit me? We beat the internal high scoring, that's nice, but what? Excuse me? What's... Don't get too hyphy, man. Don't get so outraged over it. It's okay. That's the stuff that just kind of disappoints you, you know? Let's see if we can just bounce repeatedly. Yeah, this is the content you came here for. Okay, enough of that. I could have just trolled you all and done that for 19 whole minutes. What, you think I can't? You think I don't have the patience for it? I have the patience to play Akari Warriors for a whole hour. Probably don't have the patience to beat Akari Warriors, but come on. We're talking about things that mortal men can achieve. I am not anything more than a mortal. Thanks, game. Just big ol' thanks. Hey, not too often I see ghosts up here on this level. It must be a sign. I'm not sure what that blue arrow is. Is that like the ghost spawner timer? It might even be. I'm gonna keep my eye on that the next time a ghost spawns. Now there's some fancy footwork there. There's some high quality platforming from yours truly. I will be signing autographs later. I will be signing your Steam page. Don't worry. Just send me a donation of $5 million and I'll sign your Steam page. I'll say, hey, it's me, and everybody will say, wow, this dude signed his Steam page, he must be like some important guy, and in reality it's like, nah, man, I'm just me. There's gotta be a movie like that. Is there a... That gets me every time. I think I can just like clear the jump. No. But is there a movie of someone just kind of like pretending that they're important? I mean, I guess there's that Jennifer Lopez movie, Second Act, that came out like a year or two ago. That's pretty much exactly what that is. But I think Jennifer Lopez is an atrocious actress. I have never once enjoyed a movie that she's been in. My wife will scream at me for it, and I'm like, yo, I don't know why this is the hill that you're choosing to die on. It's just not very impressive. I'm doing my absolute best to not just shoehorn Geely into every conversation about it. That was her, right? She was in Geely. Or am I thinking of someone else? It's all the same. What joyful sounds that do behoof my ears. Well, you know, we'll just go ahead and forget that that little bit there exists. I remembered it last time, so I was due to forget it. You know, out of all the music in the NES, this is definitely one of those games that you could say it's passable and nothing more. a reasonable little bop, a diminutive jam, as it were, but nothing that you're gonna be putting on your summer playlist, you know? I feel like there's a lot of stigma behind music made specifically for a different medium other than music. Like, if you listen to a band, chances are no one's going to be upset that you listen to the band unless that band is Shinedown or Five Finger Death Punch, in which case I'll be very upset and I'll say you should feel terrible. But no. People, if you listen to a band that exists for the sole purpose of making music and that is what they do, nobody finds that weird. But if you're the kind of person where you've got a huge playlist full of like video game music, everyone's like, it's video games, that's not music. It's like, music's part of video games, man. And people are like, oh, it's just beeps and boops. It's like, you ever heard of Anamanaguchi? They're a real band, they do beeps and boops. You ever heard Horse the band? Yeah, they got beeps and boops too. What are you gonna do about that? Beeps and boops can be musical. And in the event of this, yes, this is musical. This is music. Again, this is nothing that you're gonna see on anybody's summer playlist just because it's not that much of a jam. But there are some absolutely wonderful musical scores out there. I'm gonna say scores when I'm talking about like an 8-bit game. But no, scores as well. The Super Mario Odyssey soundtrack. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But, you know, Mario's always had just like the greatest music. It's almost unfair to everybody else. Castlevania's got very good music as well. And yeah, it's not just with video games either. Same thing with people who like anime music. It's like, ooh, that guy's weird. He listens to anime theme songs. It's like, hey, you know, I'm not gonna lie. There's a point where it may seem a little odd, but at the same time, what is it? It's just music developed by bands that happen to get picked for a TV show in a country far, far away. Take as a prime example, of course, pretty much the entire soundtrack for Cowboy Bebop. Now, Cowboy Bebop, because its soundtrack is so sophisticated and excellently done, it has, for the most part, been exempt from that kind of ire. The seatbelts and the work that they did on that soundtrack, they've been pretty much canonized. So, maybe a poor example, because everybody knows that soundtrack is great and no one's gonna claim otherwise. Same thing with Fooly Cooley's soundtrack by The Pillows. Another just excellent soundtrack. But then you get stuff that is appreciated by pretty much the anime community and purely the anime community. There's a pretty decent power pop band in Japan called the Peggies. And I'm sure that there are people who just like them for being a power pop band, and the fact that they have, you know, their own albums and stuff, but they've also done a number of anime themes. They did Rent a Girlfriend from this season. I know they did the Bunny Girl Senpai theme. And you gotta kind of walk on thin ice when you're showing people those songs. You gotta present it as a song by a band and not a song from a show. If you show them the visuals along with the song, they're gonna get all like, alright, this dude's a weirdo, I can already tell. And again, I understand why there's that kind of stigma around it. I do. I went my entire high school life pretty much detesting anime just on principle because I thought everyone who liked it was bizarre. Judgy? Yes. I will not doubt that. I will not refute that or argue that. It was absolutely judgy. But that's just how it was. Oh, come on. What a terrible death. The ropes are not doing me favors. Same thing with, you know, K-On! Absolutely lovely show. Wonderful show that everybody should see, but most people won't because, you know, it turned out by the fact that it's a cute girls doing cute things kind of show. But the soundtrack is actually one of the highest scored power pop albums on rateyourmusic.com. Up there in the ranks with the greats like Weezer and Big Star. It's like, again, you know, separate the fact that it's kind of an odd hobby where this came from, full of kind of strange people. There's some excellent poppy music in that field. Same thing with, again, video games. And I'm not saying this because I'm one of those guys who only listens to video game music and anime music. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have a very, very firm, strong grasp on musical history and various genres. I'm a big fan of most extreme metal, black metal, death metal, grindcore. It's all excellent to me. I also like your slightly more artsy stuff out there. One of my favorite albums of last year, 2019, Wise Blood's Titanic Rising. I know, at this point, it's not exactly the exciting pick, but there's a reason everybody keeps calling it so good. Because it just is good. This is the worst thing ever right here, by the way. Yeah, you don't want that to hit you. And once it comes back, it just respawns, and either the steam kills you or the bat poop kills you. There we go. That's the timing right there. Oh god, we're gonna have to come back, aren't we? No. Well, I'm glad we at least made it past that bat, because that had me really worried for a while. I was gonna break out into cold sweat and wonder if I was ever gonna beat it. Okay, that worked out. Now don't die in very stupid fashion, because I'm gonna be upset with myself. But no, I really appreciated Titanic Rising from last year. I think that my favorite album from 2019 was Lingua Ignotus Caligula. Caligula. Was that it? No, that wasn't what it was called. Yes, it was. Oh god. Now I'm struggling with myself. I'm like, no, wait, that's a Queens of the Stone Age song. But was he actually called Caligula? I think he was, yes. I'm just going nuts now, don't worry. I'm in my own head. Nobody else has to be in my head, because I'm already in it. This is certain death right here. Like, you're gonna die here. Oh, we didn't die. Oh my god. We have no lives left, but we didn't die, and that's amazing. Yes, it was Caligula. It's not just a Queens of the Stone Age song name. No! I knew we would die in a stupid way. We were so close to getting to the next level. It's heartbreaking. But no, make no mistake. I am no musical slouch. You know, I gotta drop some obscure band names here to impress everybody, because everybody's impressed by that. It's like, I don't know who that is. That's amazing. Nobody's ever said that. Don't worry. I'm taking a dig at myself. It's not like Wise Blood is the most obscure thing on the planet. It's only got several million Spotify plays by now, you know? But no, I listened to a lot of new music last year, probably more than any other year. I was just feeling it, you know? Fell off the wagon a little bit this year. Haven't been keeping up with stuff as much ever since Rona happened, which is funny, because, you know, now everyone's working from home. You'd think I'd be listening to it even more, but just been doing other stuff. I definitely listened to the new, I'm gonna botch this band name, Paysage Duver? Is that how it's pronounced? DeHiver? I doubt it's DeHiver, but the new Paysage album, Involved. Very good stuff. Again, not exactly a hot take, it's only one of the best atmospheric black metal albums to come out of the, you know, past however long it's been out. I don't mean to rib it like that. I don't mean to rib it. It is really, really good. few that came out this year that I didn't feel quite as much as other people. Mac Miller's Circles. It's pretty good, yeah. But I certainly didn't connect with it quite like a bunch of other people. Probably doesn't help that I was never really a fan of Mac Miller. And I don't mean that to say as in like, oh, not a fan, I actively dislike him. No, I mean like I just never really listened to him. I know a lot of people were really struck by his death when he did die. And I'm not saying, oh, I don't care that he died before you take my quotes out of context. But, you know, I don't know. That was one where I felt like if I would have hopped on the "This is so sad, Alexa play Despacito" train, I would have been coming off as a little bit disingenuous. And you know, as such, because of the fact that I never really knew him as an artist, you know, when Circles came out, I listened to him and I thought, it's good. And that was it. I think that's the other big thing from 2019. That's like, it's my other, for lack of a better term, hot take, was that I didn't think Tyler, the Creator's Igor was the album of the year. Oh no! How many hundreds of albums came out that year and you didn't think that one was the best out of all of them? I know. Shock and awe. You know what I mean? It's like, there were certainly parts of it that I liked. I still think that Earthquake is an outstanding song. But it was just a very jarring album to me, and maybe that was the intention, was for it to be a little jarring, but I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't ready for it. I listened to it, I thought, not bad, but I don't know what to think about it. Maybe that's a sign of an album being really good, is when you can't instantly come to a conclusion. Got me. Behold, the literal stupidest way to die in this game. I just jumped against a rock, bounced off of it, and fell into a cliff. I mean, into a pit. That's highlight reel stuff right there. I wish I had a better forced reaction instead of just the kind of a dead inside feel that I had when that happened. I'm amazed that didn't kill me. That seemed like a pretty big drop for Spelunky Bob here. I don't think this dude has a name. You know, he's just one of many in a sea of nameless NES protagonists, doomed to a life of complete and total irrelevancy. It's alright, Spelunky Bob. You'll get there one day. I believe in you. Even if you can't believe in yourself. Still haven't listened to Run the Jewels 4? Are we on now? Yeah. Haven't listened to Run the Jewels 4 yet either. That's probably a little bit of heresy on my part, but you know. I got video games to play, man. Yeah, I can listen to music while I work. I should be listening to more music while I work. The only progress on music listening that I made while working was I made it through the Flaming Lips' discography. Actually, I haven't even finished it. I didn't even listen to Deep Lips yet, which everybody says is like their worst album that they put out, but yeah, you know, it's the Flaming Lips. They're gonna have some oddities out there that will divide the fan base. At least, you know, me growing up in my era of the Flaming Lips. I was definitely around when the Soft Bulletin came out, which was, of course, what everybody claims to be their absolute masterpiece. And I'm not saying, oh, it claims to be their masterpiece, as if I'm trying to insinuate that it's not any good. No, far be it from me to make that kind of conclusion. Yeah, look at that timing. Next level timing. Who designed that stairwell? Oh! A dumb way to die right there. We just walk into it again immediately. Well, hey, you know, we game over at exactly an hour, so that's something. It's time anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if we made it. That's Spelunker. It's like I said, it does have a lot of charm. There are parts of it that play very, very well, but holy cow, it is comically unforgiving in terms of navigating around and stuff. It's difficult to play and yet easy to play at the same time. So congratulations, Spelunker. You've become a true enigma in the world of video games. There you go. What does that give us for tomorrow? Spy Hunter. An arcade classic, loved by some, loathed by some, a divisive game. How is it going to be for an hour straight? I guess we'll find out. It is an arcade game, so it's going to be a little repetitive, giving you that warning right now. But suffice to say, I will be here. I will be presenting it for a whole uncut hour, the way you like it. Join me then for some Spy Hunter, and as always, thank you for watching this silly channel.